Hello everyone, welcome to Even the Scales. Thank you for clicking on my video today and I hope you're all having a good day. My name's Donna and I'm back on my channel here today because my life is in danger right now. I'm surrounded by neighbours that are trying to suffocate me, trying to affect my breathing and my health, and they are working around the clock to do this right now. So they leave me no choice. I'm going to protect my health and my home at all costs. First of all, though, I'd like to do an acknowledgement of country and acknowledge the Dharawal people, who are the true custodians of this land that I bring you these messages on today. I would also like to pay respect to elders past and present, as well as extend my respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are watching this video today. Before I start, I just want to make it perfectly clear that I am not doing this for likes and I'm not doing this for popularity. I want to make that clear. I also want to make it clear that this is definitely no hoax. This is very serious. Of course, I want people to view these videos because I want people to know what's going on here in Campbelltown, New South Wales, and what the police and the health department have done to me. But I am definitely in no way making these videos so that I get likes or so that I just get attention or anything like that. What's happening to me right now here in Campbelltown, New South Wales is that I'm being put through very severe psychological abuse day and night. And this is because it's all a part of a justice system cover-up. The justice system have teamed up with the health system to do this to me. And the health system is keeping very serious information about my health from me. They are trying to make my health conditions worse in the hope that they can cause me some kind of serious health episode. This is happening because there are police and members of the community here in Campbelltown that have committed very, very serious crimes. The justice system don't want that information getting out. They don't want to be held accountable. So what they are doing is paying members of the community to abuse me, to try and take me out, rather than them have to face accountability for their actions. My family are involved in this. The majority of the community here in Campbelltown has been involved in this. The police and other authorities here. For over a year now, I have been going through this abuse. They're doing it to try and make me lose my will to live, which is never going to happen because I love my life far too much to ever let that happen. But this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to make me lose will in my life, or they're trying to cause me a serious health issue, either mentally or physically, or even death. It doesn't matter to these people as long as they get me into a place where I am no longer capable of taking care of myself so that they can take control of my life. They're trying to affect my heart and my breathing. That's what these neighbours have been trying to do. They've been working very hard at it, and I think that the health issue that the health system is hiding from me is something that could be a risk to my breathing or my heart. They're doing this to weaken me. This is all because I spoke out about the injustices that I have been through over the past 10 years while I have been dealing with family and domestic violence in my life. After I wrote a letter to the police about those things and explained them to them, this started happening to me. There are police officers that have committed very, very serious crimes that include violence against women. There is a pedophile that the justice system is covering for that is connected to my family. My family have also stolen an inheritance from me. They don't want to be held accountable for that. And it's all a part of the psychological abuse that the justice system is putting me through to make sure that I never get any justice for that. It's all a part of the psychological abuse, and it's the same with the pedophile. There's also the fact that while I have lived with family and domestic violence, there has been 10 calls made to the justice system during that time. On each and every one of those occasions, I was either treated unfairly or my calls for help were never followed up. All a part of the psychological abuse. I will leave a link in the description box to a video that goes into detail about the reasons why they are doing this to me and what they are covering up. I'm not going to go into it too much now because I go into it on most of my videos. You can also go back and watch them if you're interested. But the link in the description box is to a video that goes into detail about what the police have tried to cover up and how I was treated during those calls for help. The justice system and my family have made sure they have purposely isolated me. They have made sure that there is no help available to me whatsoever. The majority of the community here in Campbelltown has been involved in this, and the Campbelltown police are encouraging members of the community to carry out abuse on me. I'd just like to say too, I also have very good reason to believe that I have had a stroke sometime over the past few years. This is something that the health system has kept from me. They're hoping that they can cause me another stroke so they can take control of my life. I've tried to reach out to several organisations that are meant to help people that are going through abuse. Also, people that are in the public eye that are meant to help people going through abuse. Nobody helps me. This is because the justice system makes sure of it. These people are either taking bribes to not help me, or they're just being told that they can't help me. Because I'm speaking out more and more on these videos, more and more people are finding out what's going on here. And because I'm speaking about the extreme ways that my human rights are being abused and the damage that's been done to the environment over the past, deliberate damage to the environment that has been done over the past 12 months here in Campbelltown, New South Wales. There are limited ways that these people can get to me now. It's quietened down a lot. But when they are carrying out abuse, when they do get that opportunity, the abuse is very intense. This is because these people are panicking. They have done so much over the past 12 months to put me through abuse. There have been international criminal laws that have been broken here in Campbelltown over the past year. Not just one, many. They're using the people that have closest access to me. The police are using these people here in Campbelltown. The Campbelltown police are encouraging the people that live close to me to abuse me. My neighbours. These people are trying to end my life. This is a very serious matter. Not only that they have gone beyond psychologically abusing me now and causing me stress to try and affect my heart, they have started affecting my physical health by trying to affect my breathing. They are doing this around the clock. They are trying to choke me with cigarette smoke. I cannot tolerate cigarette smoke. I used to be a smoker. For some reason, the condition that I have now just doesn't allow me to tolerate anything toxic. So I just cannot be around cigarette smoke. These people know this. The health system also know that I have suffered from breathing problems and asthma in the past around the months of February, March during the year. So they have told these neighbours this information. This is why these neighbours are just doing their best to try and cause me a breathing episode. This is so that I have to call an ambulance or to try and make me call the police so that either one of those emergency services can come out to my house and then try and say that I'm delusional for saying that my neighbours are doing this to me. This is the whole point of why they are doing this. They are trying to make me look crazy. These neighbours constantly provoke me, constantly. What I have had to put up with from these neighbours is just unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable over the past year what these people have done to me to try and affect my life. And they're constantly provoking me, trying to get me to lash out at them, to lose control of my emotions so that they can then call the police on me or report me. But they are constantly provoking me. I mean, anyone that's being constantly provoked, finds it very hard to control their emotions. They're also still sending tens of people towards me when I go out on the road and in shopping centres. I'm very limited to where I can travel to. This is because the ways that I'm stalked on the road and when I'm out in public places. The whole time I'm walking around the shopping centre getting the things that I need, I have people coming towards me carrying out psychological abuse from every direction. Every second that I'm out, this is happening to me. There is a camera in my home. There is a listening device in my car. My car is tracked everywhere I go. This is why members of the community follow me to wherever I go to carry out abuse. They're being paid to do this. And these neighbours that live close to me that are putting this smoke through into my house, I don't know how it gets in here. There is a crack in my roof. But when this smoke comes through into my home, it engulfs my whole home. There's no escaping it. I have to open up my windows, but I shouldn't have to sleep with my windows open. I should be able to live normally in my house the way that I want to live. And I've just had to alter my life so much around what these people are doing to me. And I'm a good tenant. My landlord's also involved in this. My landlord actually made a point of sending me a message this morning as I was talking about this stuff in my home. This is what they do. The police do this too. Like they'll just, rub the fact in. Yeah, like we're not going to help you. We're in on this abuse too. They must be getting paid or something to do what they're doing, taking bribes. I'm not sure, but they're involved in it. And they have done this on other occasions as well. When I have been going through problems with these neighbours around me, they have sent me text messages to try and, trigger an emotional reaction out of me. They're using mind manipulation. That's what they're doing. And they're doing nothing about these neighbours. They're allowing them to keep abusing me. So this is why I have absolutely no help. These people are trying to take my life, these neighbours. That is just, there's no buts about it. They are trying to end my life and they are working around the clock to do it. They are being paid. They are expecting a lump sum when the job's done. So, and it's also the fact that they have just done so much to me over the past year. I don't think they ever thought that they would have to be held accountable for what they've done, because I think they just thought that because there were so many of them that they would be able to bully me and that I would just take their bullying and, lie down and die. But that's just not going to happen. I'm going to stand up and fight for my life every day, 3 times a day if I have to. and I'm going to expose these neighbours for who they are, and I'm not going to stop until they're held accountable. So these neighbours watch me from before sunup until late at night. Even when I'm in bed, these people stalk me. They watch me. There is one of them who is a male. This person, it makes me sick that this person has been given access to watch me in my home. This person doesn't leave the house since this started. This person used to leave the house. They used to go out. This person never leaves the house. This person never takes their eyes off me in my home. This is like a poor excuse for a man that abuses me from before the sun comes up until all hours at night, because he knows I'm a woman on my own and he's getting away with it, and the police are encouraging him. It makes me sick to know this person can watch me in my home. There are also random members of the community that can watch me in my home. The police have given them access to do this. My family also watch me in my home. My family have watched me suffer. They have watched me go through this abuse. There are also other neighbours that can watch me in my home. They know that these neighbours that have this close access are constantly abusing me, constantly trying to cause me breathing problems. So do my family. So do the Campbelltown Police, who are also watching me in my home 24/7. They are allowing these people to do this. The police officer that has committed serious violent crimes against women also has access to watching me in my home. My abusers from the past also have access to watching me in my home, and so does the pedophile. And there is also a peeping Tom that lives within very close proximity to me that is able to watch me in my home. This person is a natural voyeur, and it also makes me sick that that person can watch me in my home as well. I have total creeps that are able to view me in my home. I don't deserve this. I'm an innocent person. This is all being done so some abusive police and people can escape accountability. And the people that have taken part in this for the past year and just done so much, it is mostly those people that are still carrying out abuse, because they're just hoping that I'm just going to keel over and die. These neighbours are going too far. They are just going too far. They have been carrying out psychological abuse on me for over a year, every day, all day, every day, obsessed. It's all they do. And now they have started affecting my breathing. These people are ruthless people, totally heartless, cold, callous. They are relentless. I have been in my home begging these people to stop at times, crying out, please stop. They will not stop. They do things, they premeditate things. They watch me to see what my reaction is. So, I'm like a mouse in a cage to these people, where they are carrying out abuse, provoking me, and then they're able to sit there and watch the results of it. And the Campbelltown Police, who are corrupt down at the Campbelltown Police Station, are watching my neighbours do this on a daily and into the night, because they are encouraging them, because they don't want to be held accountable for what they have done either. So I want all this to be known. So if anything does happen to me, I want everyone to know that the Campbelltown Police are watching this happen, that it is these neighbours who are closest to me that are doing this, and that my family are actually watching this as well, and other neighbours are sitting back letting it take place as well, not stepping in, not helping in any way, because everyone is getting paid when I pass away, apparently. These people do nothing else, these close neighbours. They must look at it like a job, and it's all they do. It's, as I said, like there's one that just this person used to go out. Since this started, this person is just, they don't leave their house. All they do is abuse me. And this is a poor excuse for a man that knows I'm a woman on my own, that is just enjoying what he's doing. Like, obviously, he's a natural abuser. And so are these women that are helping him. So, yeah, some of them are women. And these women are supporting pedophiles, men that have committed serious crimes, violent crimes against women, amongst other things that I'm going to get to in a minute. These neighbours watch every detail of what I do, the smallest detail. This is how close they are watching me. I have switched to decaf coffee, but I still enjoy a cup of normal coffee through the day. When they see me get that coffee out, the coffee that's got caffeine in it, and have a cup of that, this is when they will all start doing stuff together. This is how closely and aggressively these neighbours are stalking me, to the point where they're watching what I'm getting out of my cupboard, that they can see. I think it's in my fire alarm. I think that's where the camera has been put in. So they can see that cupboard where I get the coffee out of. They watch for me to do that. Then they'll all start doing stuff at once. They will send the tobacco smoke through at the same time. The police will stalk at the same time. They'll start sending cars up the street to stalk me, because there's random members of the public that are listening in on my home too, who just stalk me according to my movements in the house. A lot of these people, I feel, are connected to these police or connected to businesses and organisations that have been involved in abuse throughout the past year. So it's really frightening to know that these neighbours can actually control the air that I'm breathing, because this is exactly what they're doing. They are trying to control the air that I'm breathing, and that is scary. That is very scary to know that. These people are dangerous people. As I said, they're ruthless, absolutely ruthless, callous, heartless. And it's very scary to know that these people can control the air I breathe. That's why I'm on here. The cigarette smoke that they're sending through into my house is absolutely putrid stuff. It is disgusting. It is that stuff, that unbranded stuff. That's what it is. It's not normal cigarettes. I can tell the difference because there's two neighbours doing it, and one neighbour smokes this putrid stuff, and this is what they're putting through, and it's like, it's disgusting. If I have like one breath of it, it's like I've had 10 cigarettes. And this person smokes and smokes and smokes and smokes and smokes, and every time they smoke, they're sending it through to my house. I should not have to sleep with my windows open just to accommodate my neighbour's abuse. And then there's my landlord who's encouraging them to do this. My landlord is in charge of all of these houses around here. So it's the strongest type of tobacco smoke that you can imagine. It absolutely stinks. This woman that's doing this, she went out this morning. She was not in her door 30 seconds, and she was sending this smoke into my house. That is how desperate this woman is. She could not wait. She was in that door not even 30 seconds, and she was starting to send that smoke through. She couldn't wait to get home and abuse me again. And, you know, I'm talking about this freely. I'm telling it exactly how it is, because I'm saving my life here. And they're obsessed. They're absolutely obsessed with doing this. They just do nothing else but abuse me. That's all they do with their lives. And that's all they've done for a year. And they're doing it for their entertainment. It's their life. Like, because they've been doing it for a year, it's become their life. They watch me in my home for entertainment, and then they abuse me. And, this is why I wanted to make it clear to people that this is absolutely true. And if there's anyone out there going around telling people that I'm lying on these videos to get attention or anything like that, I most certainly am not. This is absolutely true. And I want to make that perfectly clear. These people that are doing this around me, it's like they're in the mindset where we have to hurry up and kill this person. We have to hurry up and cause her a mental health episode. And they're trying to force it. They're trying to force this to happen to me. It's like me surviving or not getting sick wasn't an option for these people. So it's like they are just trying to force this health episode onto me right now. And this is their mindset. And it's like these people, they're doing this, but then like they're trying to actually take their neighbour out, but then they're not wanting to be seen as people who would take someone's life. So it's like, yeah, let us do this to you, but don't tell anyone about it. Like, that's what it seems like to me. It's just like they just expect me to hand over my life to these people, and it's just not going to happen. It's not. They must be delusional if they believe that. My family are watching through this camera in my home, have been for over a year. They've watched me suffer. They've watched me go through all of this abuse. They're waiting for me to die. They have stolen an inheritance, and they have also been paid from the justice system to supply information about me so that I could be put through abuse from the justice system. They've watched me go through all this suffering. I've done nothing to any of these people, I just want to add. I have probably been too kind to people. That was my problem. I was probably gullible, and I was always a good person, a people pleaser, like I like to help people. I didn't like to rock the boat. I didn't like to cause any rifts with anyone, and I was very good to all of my family members. I was very good to the people that live around me. I've done nothing to deserve any of this, and all these people have done is abuse me for over a year. My family have actually been involved in carrying out psychological abuse on me for quite a few years, but I just didn't want to see it. I didn't want to believe it. I mean, no one wants to believe that their family are doing that to them. So yeah, they're watching me. They are watching me go through all this, just waiting for me to pass away or have a help episode. The Campbelltown police are watching me go through this. They are watching these neighbours abuse me. They are doing nothing about it. They are encouraging them. The general manager of Campbelltown, Lindy Dietz, knows that this is going on. She's the CEO of the Campbelltown City Council. I wanted to do some research the other day on who actually was the manager of Campbelltown. Who did the buck stop with here? And it was Lindy Dietz. And I wanted to learn a little bit about her, so I did a bit of research online. I wanted to know how she runs this town and what values that she bases her actions on how she runs this town. And I haven't heard anything from Lindy because I did a video, I think it was 2 or 3 days ago now. I did a video and I asked Lindy a lot of questions on that video, and some of the questions included why Lindy has sat back and watched my human rights be abused for over a year, Why has she sat back and watched another woman be abused in this way for over a year? Why has she sat back and watched environmental crimes be carried out here in Campbelltown? Why has she sat back and watched crimes against humanity be carried out here in Campbelltown? So I asked all of these questions. I haven't had a response from her yet. And I'm going to leave the link in the description box for that video as well, if you are interested in going back and watching that. It just explains on there some of the stuff that I learned about Lindy and some of the stuff. I found this interview online, and it was on a website called the CEOmagazine.com. And there's an article there by a gentleman by the name of Daniel Herborn. And I'd like to apologize to that man because I actually pronounced his name wrong on the video that I made where I addressed Lindy. So I'd just like to apologize for that, Daniel. But his name is Daniel Herborn. He wrote this article. He did the interview with Lindy. And from what I read on this, how Lindy speaks about Campbelltown is absolutely nothing like Campbelltown is. That is for sure. That is one thing I know for sure about the information that I found on there. There has also been animals abused through this abuse. I have actually witnessed animals. I haven't seen them being killed, but I have seen animals that have died, and it has been as a result of cruelty. There has also been child abuse throughout this. People have abused children to try and get a reaction out of me. There has also been a lot of child exploitation in the way that people are using their children to carry out abuse on me. So yeah, Campbelltown has gone backwards, definitely, over the past couple of years. I mean, I am an innocent person. I'm a person who does good things in the community, and I don't deserve any of this, and yet the leader of Campbelltown and the police in Campbelltown have sat back and watched things like this happen, environmental crimes. They've watched an innocent person being abused, like extremely abused. My human rights are being abused in extreme ways, shocking ways. And these leaders have sat back and watched this happen. In one of the articles, it's in the article that I just spoke about where Lindy was interviewed, she speaks about Campbelltown. She's proud of Campbelltown because Campbelltown is the first green city. This is an absolute lie. Campbelltown is not a green city. It is far from a green city. So I would like to make that known. Over the past year, there has been just so much abuse done to the environment. Massive, massive abuse. And it's all been a result of them and what they have been carrying out on me, because they've been using transport to do this, and a lot of it. So yeah, are we doing things backwards here in Campbelltown? We must be, because it seems like we are, we're not caring about the environment. We're actually damaging it. We're trying to take out innocent people, and we are covering up for pedophiles. We're covering up for men that have committed serious violent crimes against women. We're covering up for child abusers. We're covering up for animal abusers. We're covering up for these people that are just blatantly destroying the environment. But they're taking me out, someone who cares about people, someone that cares about the environment. It just does not make sense. Everything's done backwards here in Campbelltown. It really is. My landlord has also been involved in several setups to try and trigger me to have a mental health breakdown. So I'd like to make that known as well. One as recently as this morning. When I go out and I'm being stalked, I feel a lot of the people that are stalking me are probably people that are connected to the setup where I was taken to the Campbelltown Public Hospital and put through 5 weeks of abuse against my will. I have also made a video about that, and I will leave the link in the description box if you're interested in looking at the details of that. I was set up by my family and members of the community to be taken to the Campbelltown Public Hospital this time last year. I was held there against my will, and I was put through 5 weeks of psychological torture where they tried to cause me a mental health episode after they got me there. I was pretty much kidnapped, held there against my will, where they tried to put me through a mental health episode. So I would really like to know, what the health minister thinks about that too. Ryan Parks, I think his name is, or Ryan Parks. I'd like to know what he thinks about that as well. So that's all I've got to say today. I just really want to make it known how serious it is what these close neighbours are doing to me right now, because it's a matter of me protecting my health, and they are trying so hard to do this. They are working really hard at trying to take my life because they're panicking and they're just working overtime at it. It's like, we have to take her out. We have to choke her with this cigarette smoke. And it is choking, it is. So I want to make this known. So if anything happens to me, I want everyone to know that all these people have sat back and watched this happen to me and done nothing. There's no help whatsoever. None. The only option I have is to create these videos and hope that someone out there sees them. Someone that may know someone that works in the justice system that can help me. Someone honest, or someone that may be able to help me legally bring these people to justice and have them arrested. Maybe there's someone out there that's been a part of this, whose conscience is speaking to them, that wants to do the right thing. I hope so. I really do. So, yeah, I'm going to continue to speak out about it. Every time these neighbours abuse me with this smoke, or every time they try and affect my health, I'm just going to get on this channel and I'm going to speak about it, because that, I have to take drastic measures here. I have to. If you've watched this video to the end, thank you so much. If you can, tell your friends about what's happening here in Campbelltown. Tell people what's happened to me here. And let people know, because who knows how many people this has been done to in the past, and who knows how many people they've done this to that haven't made it through this. Who knows how many people they're planning on doing it to in the future if we don't expose what they're doing. The justice system and the health system have teamed up to do this to me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Share the video if you can. It just helps the video to circulate on YouTube. And I will talk to you on the next one. Bye for now, and God bless.